we need to have a clear understanding about focus and mindfulness. We need to distinguish between these two. When we say focus, it's about picking up one thing and concentrating all your attention on that object. Focus can be on a particular task. You want to do something and you focus only on that task. We can also call this as concentration. Our concentration lies in an object because we want to achieve something. We need to keep the focus on a particular task so that eventually you reach the goal. Same with meditation. When we focus on an object, for example, if you focus on your breath, the concentration on your breath keeps increasing. While you concentrate on your breath, you ignore the rest of what's happening in your body. You are focusing on one particular thing, in this case, breath. How focus is different from mindfulness? This is something we need to understand very clearly. Now that we know what focus is, let's try to understand what is mindfulness. There is a difference. When we say mindfulness is the practice of being aware of what is happening within your mind. You can be aware of many things. You become aware of what's going on around you in your environment. You can become aware of what's going on in your body. When you practice the meditation of focusing on the body, you look at each and every part of your body and become aware of what's going on in that particular organ or the body part. This awareness of the entire body is also a kind of meditation. But when we say mindfulness is part of becoming aware of what's going on inside your mind. This is something we need to clearly understand. When you see something, the eyes capture the object and it gets processed in your brain. When that image is seen by you, what is happening in your brain and eventually in your mind is something we need to understand. If seeing an object is creating an emotion or a feeling in you, and then if you react to that particular object based on your memory, an emotion is generated. You need to be aware of that particular emotion or the feeling. In other words, if you are aware of what's going on in your mind while interacting with the world, is mindfulness. This means every time you look at the world, when there is a reaction inside you, you need to be aware of what's going on inside you, how you react to what's going on outside. When you capture that reaction, you understand what kind of emotion you are generating. Is it a good feeling, or is it feelings like frustration or anger? When you capture those emotions, even before you act on something, then you are mindful. Let's say you look at something and it is triggering anger inside you. When you capture that particular moment, that emotion goes away. And then the way you are going to respond to the situation is entirely different. This sustained awareness of what's going on in your mind is mindfulness. This means you can be mindful throughout the day, when you interact with the world, when you work on something, when you talk to someone, when you are thinking about something. While you do all these things in your mind, with your body, if you are aware of the reactions in your mind and respond accordingly, that is mindfulness. Let's learn about these differences so that we use the right term when it comes to focus versus mindfulness. Mindfulness is not focus. Focus is different. Mindfulness is different. Let's try to understand this and put this into practice.